Hey guys, it's Sandeep from Rev and welcome back to yet another video. And today we'll be reviewing the OnePlus Buds, which is their first attempt at a truly wireless stereo pair of earphones. Now, before we get this started, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications for more videos like this. Now, let's begin the video. I'd like to start by talking about the design, and the OnePlus Buds, particularly in this Nord blue color, looks really good in my opinion, and it's also available in a grey as well as white color variants, both of which are also nice and a bit more subtle, but I would definitely say that this is the way to go. Now, I'm normally one who prefers white color earphones because I don't know, I just kind of like it that way. I'm not sure whether the AirPods have anything to do with it, but you know, I kind of like white earphones, but in this particular case I would say that the Nord blue color is the one to go, especially because it has these lime green inserts also inside the case, and it's also there on the touchpad over here that has concentric circle sort of design with also a lime green accent. And if you go for the gray color variant, also you get a red color accent, but if you go for the white one, is just plain silver. So that way I feel that the blue is the best, second best is gray, and the white comes last, also because it's not just plain black. Now, this paint finish is also good because it does not attract fingerprints as much, and it also keeps scratches at bay. But overall, in terms of the case design itself, this is quite easy to pocket, and it also is quite well built. Now, in terms of the hinge, it is actually a metal hinge and it's actually spring loaded, so it makes it easy to open with one single hand and even close the same. Of course, you'll need two hands to take out the earphones, but it's very easy to open, and the magnets are also very strong. And unlike some of the other truly wireless earphone cases, what happens is this does not fall back. So for example, the Realme Buds Air, it used to keep falling back and forth. As soon as you tilted it, it kept closing, but in this it doesn't close, nor do the earphones fall off even with rigorous shaking. So that's because of the strong hinge as well as the magnets. There is a USB Type-C port at the bottom. This does not support wireless charging. You get a LED indicator at the front as well as a pairing button at the back, and designed by OnePlus branding as well at the back. Now, the slight issue I had in terms of design is probably something that's isolated to my unit, but I feel that there is a slight misalignment with the top portion as well as the bottom portion. So you can notice it if you actually rub your fingers over the two joints, and you will see that it's slightly misaligned. Again, it's not something that you would immediately recognize if you actually just look at it, but if you actually are feeling it or run your hands along the edges, then you will definitely notice this. Now, in terms of the earphones themselves, I am not a person who generally prefers this type of design. This is similar to the original AirPods from Apple. It's a one size fits all sort of finish where you actually don't have the earphones going into your ear. It just sits on your ear like this, and of course this does not fall off. I did try that as well, and I'm not sure about running. I would say that an in-ear type of design is definitely better suited for people who are running or gymming or those kind of things, but of course this does not easily fall off. The fit is pretty secure that way. But one of the main issues with this type of design is the fact that it does not have proper sound isolation. Now, when you have an in-ear type of design, the outside noise is pretty much isolated to a large extent, and by using the earphones, by listening to something, you actually get pretty good experience, and it does not get drowned out by the outside noise. Now, of course, here we are in a very quiet environment, so it's not all that noisy, and of course the music listening experience will be good. But if you are outside, for example, and you have vehicle horn or some other sound that comes in, it will definitely creep into your ear as well and might dilute the overall music experience. At least that has what has been happening in my particular case. In terms of the music abilities, I found that these are great. They have decent stereo separation, they have good bass, and the funny thing is, actually, because of the design, what they have done is they have actually pumped up the bass, and if you actually keep them into your ear like this, you will actually notice a whole lot of bass. And they've done this just so that even because it doesn't go into your ear canal, it still has sufficient bass, because a lot of people in this particular price range at least are looking for earphones with plenty of bass, and that way this has got you covered. So I'm not a perfect fan of this sound signature, to be honest. I prefer something a bit more balanced, but then again, I would think that most people in this price segment would be looking for something like this, and if that is what you're looking for, then this is right up your alley. Now in terms of the overall volume, this is pretty good as well, but like I said, if you are in a very noisy environment, this might not be enough, because it actually lets in sound from the outside. Now, what I liked in terms of connectivity is the fact that these work really well with OnePlus earphones. It works with any Bluetooth device, of course, but if you have a OnePlus device, it actually is very easy to pair. All you need to do is just open it up, and it shows up as a pop-up with a notification, shows you the battery percentage, etc., and it's very easy to pair. If not, you can still make use of the pairing button by going into Bluetooth settings and pressing and holding it. And once you do, you also get slightly more options if you are on a OnePlus device, primarily because this allows you to customize the touch controls, it allows you to update the earphones and those kind of things. So definitely, if you're a OnePlus user, this will come to your advantage. In terms of gaming, this has a low latency of around 103 milliseconds, so it was one of the better earphones that we tried in the truly wireless lineup. But of course, it was not the absolute best, but I would say it is maybe in the top top 5 earphones that we have tested, and in this price range especially, it's one of the best that we have tried. So very low latency and good enough for gaming, I would say, at least for non-hardcore gamers or non-professional gamers. They would still prefer a wired earphone for sure. So in terms of watching videos or movies, I found no issues, and I felt that this is something that's better suited for that compared to music, mainly because the music experience is not all that involving. But for videos and for movies or very casual sort of listening experiences, I think this is very well done. And I also found that the call quality was good. So people who I generally talk to when I'm testing new earphones and stuff, they actually told me that this is one of the best sounding earphones when it came to the microphone quality. Hey guys, it's Sandeep from Driverless, and here is an audio sample that has been recorded using the microphone on the OnePlus Buds. So that has got to do with the stem type design as well. Generally, I've seen that the stem type design that extends a bit lower performs better than just having a small stub type of design. So that way, I feel the microphone quality is also improved because of that. And one of the other earphones in this particular price range that people have told me is good was the Oppo Enco W31, and this is almost as good, if not slightly better than that. So in terms of battery life, this actually has capability to be used with the warp charger, that is 30 watt warp charging, and 10 minutes of charge will give you around 100 minutes of usage. In terms of the actual battery life, they say around 7 hours is what you get with a single charge. I got slightly over 6.5 hours on a single charge, and the case gives you 3 times that. So battery life is also covered, and it's also good that the single charge is actually good. Some other earphones, what happens is that the case might give you 4 or 5 times the charge, but with each use it's around 3 or 4 hours, which is not all that great. So that way this is much better. Overall, the 13.4 millimeter drivers are pretty good, I would say, and the only slight letdown from this entire OnePlus Buds is basically because of the design itself, or the nature of the design itself. Now, like I said, I'm someone who prefers the in-ear type of design, but there are people who actually prefer this type of thing because it does not make them feel claustrophobic, nor does it irritate them or cause discomfort after using for long durations. Now, these are pretty light, and because they just sit over here, it actually does not cause you any discomfort even if you're listening for long duration of time. So that way, I feel that if you're someone who prefers this type of design or wants something that can be used for very long time in comfort, then this is a really great earphone. And at the asking price of just under 5,000 rupees, I think that this is probably my current favorite that features this type of design. But if you want something that goes in ear, then I would suggest looking at the Oppo Enco W31. Anyway, I'll be including a purchase link as well in the description below if you are interested in buying it. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, do let me know. See you again in the next one, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.